Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. For today's look, I'm going to be doing this hot pink cut crease and I'm so obsessed with it. I'm starting off with the Morphe 35B palette and I'm taking the light pink color that's in the first row of the palette and I'm using that as my transition color. I mentioned in my last video that this palette is very hit and miss, and I feel like the green, the blue, and the purples are the misses. They're not that great and that pigmented, but the pinks and the oranges and like the yellow, those are very pigmented. Well, not very pigmented, but they're more pigmented, so I like those a lot better. Then I'm taking the neon pink color in the palette and I'm applying that to the crease as well with a smaller, fluffier brush. For these bright eyeshadow looks, I like to use the Urban Decay Primer Potion. It's the white one, it's one of their newer ones, and I like to use a white base because it makes the bright colors pop more and kind of show more of their true color. Right here, I'm just blending out the harsh lines, and I also mentioned in my last video that these colors, although they're not the most pigmented, they are very blendable. And then I'm going to go in with the red color, but as you can see in these clips, the red is not as dark as it looks like in the palette. It's more of a pinky red color. It's more vibrant. And I used that with a Sigma E25 brush. I tried to keep this color even lower. I guess you could describe this shade as a watermelon color. That's what it makes me think of. And then of course I'm going to blend out the harsh lines. I'm using the bright pink, neon pink color, and then I'm going to blend that out with the light pink. I would highly suggest, if you want to try out a look like this, or just if it inspires you to do something with bright colors, take your time and really focus on your blending because you don't want this to get too crazy, too out of hand, and like clown looking, so be very careful with that. The next color we're going to use is a red eyeshadow. This one is from the website called Shop Hush. I think the brand is called Okalan, and I think we all know what this palette is like a dupe for. It's pretty obvious, so that's what I'm going to use, and I'm going to put that more concentrated in the crease, in the lower crease, and just kind of blend it out a little bit. I literally paid $8 for this palette and the eyeshadows are so good. They are like high-end quality. Then I'm just gonna blend out with the colors that we used previously. And then for the lid, I cut the crease with concealer, and then I used the matte light pink shade that we were using as our transition color and the white shade in the palette as well. I'm mixing them together and then packing that onto the lid with a flat shader brush. And then to highlight the inner tear duct, I'm using the Anastasia Beverly Hills Glow Kit, the Moonchild one, and I'm using the shade Pink Heart. And then of course for the lower lash line, I'm just going to take the colors that I used in the crease. To bronze my face, I used the NYX matte bronzer in the shade Deep Tan, and I'm using a big fluffy powder brush for this. I use a lot of high-end makeup, but this bronzer honestly is just so good, and I love the color of it. It's so bronzy, and it's only like $8. For blush, I'm using Pamplemousse from Becca Cosmetics and Jaclyn Hill, and then I'm going to go over that with Rosé Spritz, and that one is a very shimmery blush, so I'm just using my brush and just stamping it on my cheekbones, just on the cheekbone area, so that I could get a little bit more glow. For highlight, you know I'm going to be going in with that pink highlighter. If you haven't tried pink highlighter before, go try it right now. It looks so good on the skin. And then I'm going to contour my nose with Fawn from Anastasia Beverly Hills from their contour kit. And I forgot to contour my nose in the last video, so yeah, but I got it for this one. To highlight my nose and the Cupid's bow, I used Champagne Pop, also from Becca Cosmetics, and I didn't want to use the pink highlighter because I felt like that was going to be too clowny, and that's not the goal. And finally, for the lips, I'm going to use the Dose of Color liquid lipstick in Merlot. And the Dose of Colors liquid lipsticks are my all-time favorite liquid lipsticks. They're so good, they're not drying, and they are just so comfortable. Highly recommend. And yeah, that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed this look. Make sure you give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. All the links to my social media will be linked down below, as well as other products I mentioned in this video. And I will see you next time.